What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Tasty Tuesday on Tasty Loot Gaming, the show where we talk about gaming news. My name's Seth.
I'm Chevy.
And I'm Chris.
And a quick reminder, we're in a new month, so our game of the month is Sanctum 2, and our games for PlayStation Plus are Strike Vector X and Infamous Second Son. Also, a quick note, if you have PSVR, you're also going to be able to get rigs for free. Make sure to play both those games, or all those games. Come back at the end of the month for Plus Club. We'll be talking about our impressions of those games. Let us know yours. And yeah, I think that's about covers it. Also, we've been getting some new subs lately. I want to welcome you guys to the channel. Let us know if you guys have anything you guys want us to cover. We're open to like almost all things gaming, so talk to us. And yeah, so we got 4 bits of news. So let's get into it, Chevy.
So Sony announced that they're getting PS1 inspired controllers for the PS4. Originally announced for the UK, then later the US, still no word on Australia. They're going to come in 3 colors, which are transparent red, blue, and white.
Red, white, and blue.
And they're going to be $65 each.
Damn.
Jesus, they're always so expensive.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think?
What do you think? I can just hear you. I'm like, I already know what he thinks.
It's a damn controller.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool, but it reminds me of those old, like, Pelican Gear controllers, like those shitty third-party controllers. I have a gold one. I bought a gold one and the Darth Vader one.
How do you do translucent gold?
What?
He's talking
No,
about-
I have the gold one.
Oh,
It's current controller.
I thought you meant you had like an old like Pelican one like that. Okay, gotcha. I was like, damn, that's a crazy
No,
fucking controller.
I wouldn't
you
buy
had.
Pelican controllers.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, me neither.
Oh.
I just thought you might have. Okay.
God.
I'm actually glad you said that because, and I'm going to speak for Josh here as well because he's on the same page as me. He's not on the channel anymore because he's off on journeys. We both were talking about it a little bit, and to be honest, I do think these actually look quality looking at them. They're Sony controllers, so they're not third party, and I do like that they didn't go fully clear. That's something that always really bothered me when I was younger.
Frosted look.
Yeah, and when you look at the back part of it, I think that looks pretty nice too, and I like the colors. I think they pop. But there's a thing in the back of my mind, like that blue on the back, I think looks really neat. There's a thing in the back of my mind, and I'm fighting against it. It's whenever I saw controllers like this back in the day, I thought Mad Catz, Pelican, stuff like that, things that weren't quality. And I got like this theory that like maybe they just kept them clear like that because it's cheaper on the paint, so they could just like put plastic on there and be like, look at how cool this looks. I'm not really interested in what the inside of a controller looks like or a console. So this never has been my kind of thing. And like I said, it always to me screams third party bad quality controllers you buy because you need extra ones because you're gonna have 4 people over or whatever. And I always got the good one. But to not be a Debbie Downer, I do think they actually look kind of cool. Like I said, I'm fighting against this thing in my head that's like that's Mad Catz. But then I look at how well it's made. I'm like, it looks cool. So I mean, if people are into this, they're into it. $65 I think is pretty fucking steep, but it's a specialty controller, so of course they're going to charge a little extra. I think controllers are already
They're
$6
$60.
anyway,
They're
so
that much, yeah.
5 extra. So yeah, it's cool for a certain demographic. Chevy.
I like them. They don't remind me of the cheap controllers at all. The first thought I actually get in my head is I remember during PlayStation 1 and N64, a lot of
purple.
mom and pop game stores would do modifications to your first party hardware with clear shells and stuff like that. So I remember at least even down the road from us, they had a place where you could do that, and so people would come out of there. They have these like transparent green Nintendo 64s, and they'd have their controllers changed to be transparent colors and stuff like that too. And it was still the same hardware; it was just a different shell essentially.
Yeah.
So that's what I think of when I see those. I think the touch of having the solid color and the transparent color is also very attractive looking, especially in the white one. For
I
some
think
reason,
that's
that
what
one
kind of
pops
saves
to
it
me.
for me.
I really like the way the white one looks, and I usually don't like white stuff like
Yeah.
that. So.
No, and that one specifically reminds me of the old PS1 controllers that look like that. So that is kind of cool. And when you were talking about when you brought up like PS1 and 64, I remember the purple see-through 64 controller back in the day, and green too. there is a weird nostalgia thing to them. That's why I'm kind of trying to be welcoming of them, because I always like embracing things from my childhood, and gaming was a big part of that, like all of ours. So it's really cool to kind of see that, but it still brings up those jokes of like, like Oh Pelican, Mad Cats, like that. So it's neat, and it's cool to hear that you actually like them, because I was wondering, who wants these? Because like I think it's kind of cool, but I don't know if I'd go out and buy one. I'd probably just get a red one. I think those are cool.
I think it's the same demographic of people who, when they buy PCs, they make sure they get the plexiglass so they can see the inside of their computer.
Yeah.
They want to see the parts.
Yeah.
So I think it's the same exact demographic.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts on it?
I got a Darth Vader controller. What do I need?
You got everything.
Now, that being said, I already have 2 controllers, and I don't really play local co-op. The only reason I have 2 controllers is so I can keep one charged.
Yep.
So,
See, I didn't do that. I always plug mine in after I'm done playing. I just plug it right back in and put it in sleep mode. But I do have a second controller, because every once in a while I do play same screen stuff or a fighting game. I always want to make sure I have a controller for that, because it'd be really stupid if the one day someone's like, let's play Tekken 7. I'm like, I only got one controller.
yeah.
So I guess we're going to be handing it off to each other. That's boring.
Well, actually, I'm going to go back on that. I actually might be interested, because I do use my black PlayStation controller for my television.
Oh, yeah.
We have a Sony TV, and the DualShocks connect to it. So
I have a Persona controller, that special edition. I had to put the sticker on myself.
My Darth Vader came like that. It says Star Wars
I didn't
in green on the
shit.
touchpad.
I've seen that one.
It's dope.
Yeah. All right. Next bit of news. Dead Rising 4 is coming to PS4 and I believe PC. Well, it's already out for PC. So it's come out for PS4 December 5th. And what you're going to get with that is DLC that's been released post-launch, and a new mode called Capcom Heroes, which will allow you to wear dozens of outfits that are Capcom-inspired and use their moves. It's also called Frank's Big Package, which is a great name. And before we get into our impressions, there is a video for Frank's Big Package that we're going to watch.
might need to close your eyes for this one.
Yeah. So we'll get into it.
Childish.
When you've been away for a long time, it's always nice to bring gifts for your friends, right?
Ew. That Cammy. I was like, who the fuck is that?
Exosuit.
Oh, that's horrifying.
Christmas stuff. Street Fighter. Oh,
What I always wanted.
yes. Oh. Mega Man.
I'm Frank West, and this is Dead Rising 4, Frank's Big Package.
Frank's big old package. Also worth noting, too, that Frank's Big Package content, or at least the Capcom Heroes, will be coming out for Xbox and PC. So if you have it already, you will be getting that as well. I don't think it covers the DLC, though. What do we think about Frank's Big Package?
I'm a big fan of Dead Rising. And
Yeah.
I've been waiting for it to come to PlayStation for a while now. It's nice that it comes to the DLC, as I think it rightfully should. It's been out for long enough that if they made a new iteration, they should include everything. The Capcom Heroes part looks pretty funny. I'm interested to see exactly how many heroes they're going to add to it.
Said dozens. Quite a bit.
I'd be interested to see if they had like a monster hunter, just like the vague general
That'd be
monster
cool.
hunter, and you just do like weird like sword and board combos, because that's what usually they add to games that have monster hunter in them. I think it's cool. I think it's neat. It looks fun.
I agree with you completely. Other than the enjoyment of Dead Rising, I'm not a fan. But I am glad it's coming to PlayStation 4. It's great for Sony owners and it's great for Capcom, though it makes me shake my head because it's just another example of Microsoft loosely using the word exclusive.
Timed exclusives. Yeah, I actually bought this for Xbox and I really liked it. I believe I beat it. Pretty sure I did. It was really fun. I really liked it. I didn't buy any of the DLCs. But I had no idea this was going to come out for PS4. So it was kind of a surprise for me. I think it's pretty cool, though. I'm glad it is coming to PS4 because it's a quality game. I think it would have been cool if Xbox could have kept it because they need the exclusives. But just for the guys who made this game, other people need to be able to play it. So it's awesome it's coming out for that. I'm glad they're doing the DLCs with it. They need to do that. And Capcom Heroes, I think, is a cool add-on that makes it interesting. But yeah, I'm excited for it. I kind of almost want to buy it for PS4, even though I already own it. So we'll see.
Isn't there multiplayer in that one? Like co-op multiplayer modes?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I had bad experience with it. Every time I loaded in, fucking everybody was like half dead already, and like it was just chaos. So I never got a good chance to
experience it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just have to play with you.
Yeah, I would say
we can play with Frank's big package together.
I'm down. I'm always down to play with Frank's big package. Any last words on the girth of that package? All right, third bit news.
Of course, I can't get my phone to work. All right. Sure. Ubisoft has announced a partnership with Monster Energy, which is their biggest marketing campaign in 30 years. They're going to have more than 500 million Monster Energy drink cans that will carry the Assassin's Creed Origins branding on it, and essentially you will get codes that you will enter into a website. If any of you are familiar with these kind of things like Titanfall 2 and whatnot.
Very familiar.
Yeah. You just attach your console handle to it, and as soon as you log in, you get the rewards. You essentially are going to be getting DLCs, so in-game resources such as animal resources and world resources, drachma, in-game currency, weapons such as Dustbiter's sword, the Facebreaker, Longstave, the Scepter of Thati, Rainbow, and if you're really lucky, you can get an Xbox One S bundle. There's only 100 of those available. What do you guys think?
So it's interesting. The first thing I'm thinking of is how they're going to do the codes. Are they going to be on, like, if it's on a can, it has to be on the outside. You'd assume, maybe they activate based off purchase, but as I know really well with the Titanfall thing, they did a Doritos thing where the code is on the outside, and I'm a piece of shit, and I would take pictures of those codes and not buy the Doritos. I bought a couple of them, not very often. I don't really like chips too much, but I like Titanfall 2, so I got a lot of fucking double XP in Titanfall 2. So I'm, quick tip, if they do the same thing and you're playing that game, get those codes. Unless you're like Monster, buy them. Anyway, for the actual information, I think it's cool. I think promotions like this makes sense. It gets the word out. People are playing it. It gets people to buy Monster. It helps both people. I don't really think it negatively affects the game, I guess, except for unless these items are like unobtainable by just playing the game, then that kind of sucks. But I mean, it's basic shit. It's animal resources, world resources, which you're already going to be getting in the game anyway by killing animals. So to be extras, the in-game currency. I mean, as long as it's not a shitload, and the weapons. That's the big one I'm kind of worried about. Just because if those are like not, if you can't get them by playing the game, it sucks. So.
And that would be my worry as well. I know with the Titanfall 2 one, I was worried about that kind of stuff. And the only thing I could think of that actually kind of mattered in there was one of the finishers, which I thought was kind of shitty.
There's also a Mountain Dew paint job if you really needed that.
But those kind of things don't bother me because those are just advertisements being slapped on top of your in-game stuff, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I'm missing out with that. With the finisher, that was actually like a whole move that you had to get through those codes, and that was kind of irritating.
I wonder if they fixed that since then.
I don't know. But yeah, that kind of stuff I don't like. So as long as they keep it to like silly cosmetics that you're only going to really care about if you're participating in this program anyways. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. Helps both out.
I think you guys said everything really that needs to be said. As long as it's not stuff you can't get just through this, I think it's fine.
Or if it's pointless, like monster logos and crap like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, if you want to play Assassin's Creed dressed up, like fucking have a monster symbol in your chest, break the immersion if you want. But fucking, yeah. Nothing else. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much
That's pretty cut and dry.
Cut and dry. Yeah. I thought one of you guys would be like, "This is fucking stupid," but
I mean, I think it's overall dumb, but
yeah, it's dumb in like a I don't care way though, not
Yeah.
like a game breaking like
No.
God damn it, Ubisoft, what are you doing way?
it's a single player game, right?
Yep.
So
Yeah, it's your experience. So
Yeah.
how you want to do that is your thing. Titanfall is online, so like I was just like, I'm gonna get that double experience. I'm gonna get it without fucking paying for it.
boosted.
Nice thing though about Titanfall though is like the leveling only kind of matters the first time through.
It's quick in that game too.
Yeah.
Like if there's something you're after, just play the game for a little bit. You're gonna get it. I just got it because I was like, dude, free fucking double XP.
Right.
Why the hell would I wouldn't
Get
when I
those
do this?
gens faster.
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah. Yeah. 4th bit news: The Division is getting a big free content update this fall, which is update 1.8. It is going to include new cooperative mode and a competitive game type. The co-op mode is called Resistance. It's a horde-like mode in which 4 players team up against increasingly difficult enemies. Pretty standard in most games. Let's see. Resistance is unique in that the enemy factions will, for the first time in the game, team up to try and defeat you. So you're going to be fighting multiple different types of enemies. If you're familiar with Division, you typically fought like certain guys who had like fire stuff, other guys with certain kinds of guns, whatever. PvP mode, skirmish, which is 2 teams of 4 face off against each other. It's essentially deathmatch. You compete for the greatest number of kills before time expires, so that's also pretty standard. I kind of like when there's more than 2 teams in a game too. That's not really done too often. And yeah, they're adding a whole new area, which is the West Side Pier, a new area that expands on the existing map. The Division must investigate the area to confirm that factions are indeed forging an alliance to determine the reason of their sudden interest in this location. Yeah, and then we'll also add Camp Clinton social space. As with existing social spaces, you'll be able to team up and change gear without the risk of encountering enemies. What do we think about... We're not going to watch the video. I'm not too worried about it. What do you think about all that content coming out this long down the road into the Division's life?
I'm happy they're still supporting the game. And I'm also happy that, I mean, for a free update, that actually sounds like a pretty decent chunk of content.
That could have been DLC easy.
Yeah, pretty easily. They could have charged $15 for that, and they didn't. So that's awesome for people still playing the Division, and I'm actually kind of happy about that anyways, just because it is on our Game of the Month list, so it's gonna pop up eventually, and it just adds more PvE, which is the part of the game I want to play. I also want.
It'll be nice to come back to the game and have that content for the stuff we want to do.
And they have added some smaller stuff too as well, and there's a survival mode I want to try out too that they have on there. I've literally just not played it because I've been waiting for it to pop up. So.
I'm in the same boat. I also think it's really cool. Like you said already, this could have been DLC. They're releasing for free. I think the reason they're doing this is because Destiny 2's release. I think they want to reinvigorate the community that's playing the Division.
Yeah.
So this is exciting content coming out soon. And yeah, I mean, I'm not so worried about the PvP stuff. We're all kind of really open about our distaste for the PvP. It's fine, it's there, but we all got the game for the the co-op.
Yeah.
So it's cool that they're actually doing that. Also, I've been waiting for a long time for them to actually expand the map. When the game first came out, I was like, man, it's like New York. Fucking, they could keep just growing this map, and they didn't really do that. So to see if they're doing it now, which I feel like is pretty late in the game, but like.
Agreed.
But that they're doing it, I mean, who am I to complain? They're doing exactly what I wanted. So I think it's awesome. I'm actually kind of curious and excited to try this because I've been wanting a reason to get back into the Division even now. So I think it's cool.
I mean, it's cool that they're still, updating the game and it's free. I think it's long overdue, though.
Yeah,
I think I'm the
I
one who's
agree.
played the game the most recently. Cause
Yes.
I just installed it off a whim one day. I was like, let's try this again. And it just was the same thing. Same shit, different day.
Yeah, but you didn't have any DLCs, right?
I didn't buy anything extra, no.
Okay, yeah. So you didn't have the stuff they had added.
Yeah, they have
at
like
that
a
point.
procedurally generated like sewer thing that they added and a couple other things.
Yeah, they also added the survival mode, which you can do either a PvE or PvP version, or PvEVP. And if you like, the longer you make it, the better reward you get, type of thing. So, and then you can just keep requeuing for it. It sounded fun, but yeah.
It's all fun extra stuff, but I really wish that those would have been something like this.
Yeah.
Which is really weird, because now they're doing this. I'm like, cool, yeah, keep expanding that map. Give me new areas to go to.
That map should have been expanded a long time ago. The story, the base gameplay needs to be expanded further, and it's long overdue, and it might be too late for the game, I'm thinking, personally.
Yeah.
I think for people who are invested still in the Division, I think it's not too late. I think for people like us, it's going to be a 50-50 gamble, or like a fucking 70-30 gamble, because like you seem a little further off than I do on the anticipation of it, but I'm also like, I'm interested, I'm not like freaking out over it, but I'll probably check it out for sure, but I said about a lot of things. But yeah, I feel like most people are kind of, going to be in that boat of like, do I even really want to go back and check it out? Because that hype's kind of died down. I mean, at this point, they could be making the Division 2 like Destiny. So
Yeah, but I mean, you also have all these big companies doing this long-term branding with all their games now too. So a little too late is kind of a weird term, and I understand it from like from a hype perspective, but
that's all I'm talking about, because I do agree it's cool they're still supporting it.
Relevant and possibly bringing people back. I mean, they're just doing what MMOs do.
Exactly.
Look at MMO subscription bases. They dip, an expansion comes out, and they go bam. I think they're just kind of trying to take a note from that. Yeah. And other games have taken, another example of a game that I keep reading now is No Man's Sky, right? It's a year later, and people are saying this is the game that it should have been.
Yeah.
It's at that point now. I keep reading that. They're like, this is finally a good game.
Well, in that exact same instance, though, that's exactly what I'm talking about. The people who are still playing No Man's Sky are going to be really happy with it. Some people are going to return to it.
Yep.
But the overall potential of what that game could have been if they would have released it like that and been supporting it the way that people wanted would have benefited better. I'm not saying they should just give up.
I agree.
Yeah. Just like The Division, if they would have done updates like this, I think they would have kept it alive in a bigger way. It's going to be fine, and it's cool they're still doing it, and some people are going to come back. But like me, I mean, we're going to have to come back anyway for the show. But
Right.
but my interest is peaked finally. But if they kept doing stuff like this earlier on, I feel like it would have been more in their favor on the success of their game. Even though the game sold well, so they were succeeded.
I do understand being a little more harsh on this, though, than I'm going to use the example of No Man's Sky again, though, because this is a big AAA company. So
Yeah, and the game worked fine when it came out. So No Man's Sky had to literally fucking fix their
No
game.
Man's Sky is a handful of people who got advertised as if they were some big company. So
Which is still kind of their fault, because they decided to agree
Sure,
agreed to that.
sure,
but
sure.
You're 100% right. We've talked about it
just
many times.
development time wise, I mean,
Yeah.
it's more understandable that they would take.
When the
forever.
expectations that they didn't put out there, that people created for that game, is not their fault. So
Sure.
any last thoughts on 1.8?
I think it's great, and if they continue to do stuff like this to keep expanding, even just this game, I think they do have a chance to continue getting, even if it's small amounts of people at a time, getting people reinvested again. If they could get a focus going, because I think the problem, and we've discussed this before, the Destiny and the Division have, is that they're too busy trying to be too many things. And I all three of us bought both those games for the PvE experience, and so every time a PvP update came out, we were just kind of like, bleh.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't what we wanted.
Yeah, I'll go play something that was made for that directly.
Sure. So, yeah, just find that focus.
What I want to see from Ubisoft with this is they're showing right now that they're okay with going with the long haul with Siege. Siege has been supported for 2 years now, and I didn't think that was going to happen. I don't think they thought that was going to happen, but they decided to do it, and it's benefited them. The game is better than it ever was, which is awesome. What I'd like to see with the Division is them not focus on the Division 2, but the Division itself. Clean it up, make it more appealing, and start adding stuff like this more and more, and regrow anyone who might have been lost to it, which I don't think is that many people, because I think they're still doing fine. I still know people who play the Division.
Oh yeah, for sure. I see people.
So
on
I'm
my
not saying it's
friends
like
list
dead or
still play
anything like
every once in a
that.
while.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like for people like us, it's not too late. And if they did stuff like this, if they do this again, that's just going to be more positive, thoughts in my head on this game, going like, wow, okay, they are actually doing this. So
Yeah.
I'd like them to see. I'd like to see them just support this game longer. Don't trash it, make a second one, and just make it better and better and better, and bring it back in and treat it like an MMO. So I'll want to stay in the game and not, just visit and be like, oh, it was fun shooting shit and leave. I don't know. That's the big problem with Destiny I had is they start focusing too hard on making it a shoot other people game and a faux MMO. And I wish they would have stuck on that and kept the side thing.
Yeah.
Anything? Nothing? Let's know in the comments. What do you think? Are you excited for the new DLC coming out for The Division? Are you excited to pick up Dead Rising for PS4? Let us know. That's going to do it for this episode of Tasty Tuesday on Tasty Loot Gaming. As always, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this episode. Make sure to check out our other episodes. Check us out on Tumblr and Twitter, Tasty Loot Gaming. Check out the streams on the channel. I need to get back into it. I will do that. It's coming. If you missed them, they're uploaded. Check them out on Twitch, tasty_fruit. And yeah, my name's Seth.
I'm Chevy.
And I'm Chris.
Until next episode, which will be Friday, there will be no midweek episode. At least it's not planned yet. I need a break after last week. It was fucking rough. Have a good week, guys, and take it easy.